1, 2, 3, clap. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast. This is usually the part where I'd say something like, overlooking the Scottish lochs and highlands, that's Brogan Hastings. And then Brogan would retort with something like, and over there in Australia being accosted by a kangaroo, that's Wayne Jovanazzi. But this time that's not happening, because we've lost episodes. Yep, that's right, we got fucked over by recording software. It wasn't my fault this time, I hope. It might have been, I don't really know. But it's okay, you're in for a treat because our good friend Chris from Whoscoops is letting us replay our interviews that we had on his show. So today's is going to be Brogan's, and keep in mind this is when Brogan was still just a wee baby. Hadn't even been on Ice Cream Social yet. I don't know, this may have even been Brogan's first podcast, I'm not sure. But again, thanks Chris, and enjoy.
This week's episode of the Whoscoops Podcast is brought to you by our executive producer, Smitty Scoop. If you would like to become a producer of this podcast, all you have to do is find someone else to be a guest. Any means necessary. Brogan, thank you so much for coming on the Whoscoops Podcast. I really appreciate you coming on, so thank you. So, well, all right. So it sounds like you're from, the Northeast somewhere. I don't know where. Where are you located?
So I'm in Scotland. I'm kind of mid-Scotland. So I live in a place called Livingston, which is kind of between Edinburgh and Glasgow. So probably more east than anything else, but...
Mm-hmm. So I know little about, Scotland other than what I've seen on Braveheart. So
very accurate depiction of my country.
Yeah, and The Simpsons, I guess that's another.
Yeah. Scots and Scots.
So anyway, I usually start off, what do you do for your day job? What's
So I work for a law firm and I do anti-money laundering, which sounds way cooler than it is. So, when you go to a lawyer or whatever and you give over your passport and address docs, I'm the person that sits there and checks it all to make sure that you're not a criminal.
Ah.
So yeah, that's what I do.
So it's just limited to people coming into the country, or is it just anything? Or
pretty much anything, like folks buying houses and stuff like that. Any kind of work we do, any client that we take on, I look at their documents, and I've not said our company name, so I suppose I can say this. We're looking at a Russian client right now, which is super fun in these trying times, as you can imagine.
I can. Ugh, it's just craziness going on. And,
yeah.
I feel for the people. That's the thing.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the government that's the problem, not the people. But it's tough to hold the government accountable unless we all want to go up in a few mushroom clouds.
Exactly. When my boss said, we're talking about this Russian client, one of my colleagues was sitting there and she was like, "Oh, Russian, can we take on a Russian client?" And he literally turned around and looked at her and went, "You keep your racism to yourself." And he's just that type that just kept, badgering her on about it. It's like, no, shh, no racism, no here. It's like, she's got a point, but...
That's great. So, well, cool. For us foreign scoops, that are out there, tell us a little bit about Scotland. Is it is it a good place to live? Or I mean, that's where you grew up, but I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's like you say, it's hard because I've lived here all my life, so I just, I go around, like I was in Glasgow yesterday for work, and I was walking around and I was like, this place is a shithole. But it's not. It's really not. Like driving home and stuff, it's, there's great views and, being in Edinburgh on top of Arthur's Seat, stuff like that. It's such a nice place.
Right.
So, there's a lot of good things about living here. Mm-hmm. The good and the bad, as with most places.
Yeah. I mean, I talk well about Tennessee, and I hate the politics around here. I've always been fascinated with that area, Scotland, Ireland, England, going over to see that. One of the ladies I used to work with at the lab, she went and loved it. So, and she took a tour, but they also gave them time to kind of like a day in each place to go and actually see the real, country, and not just do the highlights. Okay, well, we'll go on into the meat of the questions I like to ask. So what brought you to ICS?
I think I came the way most people did, got into Penn and Teller, then Penn's podcast, and then I was like, oh, I like Matt. What else does he do? And now I'm here. Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's kind of like, when did you start listening?
I think it was just at the start of the pandemic, to be honest. Like it's not been a huge amount of time. Mm-hmm. Which is strange because it does feel like a long time. I can't remember not listening to them, but yeah, it would have. I think Penn would have been March 2020, and Ice Cream Social would have been maybe June or July. Right. So
wow. Because I just remember all of a sudden, boom! All this artwork started coming from Brogan. I'm like, have I missed all this? What's going on? Have I been missing out? Because you were like right into the gags, you're right into the, and just boom, you were there. So
yeah, yeah. I think I was drawing stuff for quite a while before I actually started posting it. Certainly, Penn and Teller stuff, I was doing that well before, and yeah, I think from the minute that I knew I had the boys' seal of approval, like, yeah, you're okay to do this. You're not going to tell me to fuck off, essentially. Right. But it was like, okay, you get all the things.
So, it's interesting to kind of now contrast what your day job is versus your artistic ability. So, did you go to any training, or you just, on the job training? Or?
For legal reasons, no, I do not draw during my day job. I do. They're never going to listen to this.
I don't know. Your boss is pretty adamant on finding out about this show.
Derek, if you're listening to this, it's not me. Yeah, I did art at high school and stuff, but not any formal training. My dad's quite arty, actually. I found some of his stuff the other day, and I'm like, you drew this without a reference? Like, he's got a big picture of Pluto and stuff. And he's like, yeah, you just used to be bored at my work. And wow. I'm like, it's clearly genetic.
There it is. Well, that's you amaze me, with that ability. Whenever I post stuff, I'm usually, if I'm not tracing it, I'm looking at it and looking at something to go over, because to me, it's just, I'm just out to make the joke and just, move on. I don't.
Your
really
stuff is funny though.
Well, thank you. But I'm not out to try to, become a better artist right now or anything. I'm just, I'm just trying to make the joke. But, yeah, but when you can, minutes after I'm listening to the podcast, I've woken up, which you're 7 hours ahead. So, but if I'm just waking up and I'm looking at the art as I'm listening to the podcast, it's very, even with that time difference, that's quick.
Yeah, so I have got myself, like, with the the chocolate starfish thing, I was literally pausing the episode. It's like, right, break this down. And doing it as they were saying it. I was like, I do not have time for this, but it's too funny not to do it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I do the same thing. Pause it and, all right, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I'm going to do something with it. So
yeah, I've got some random notes. I think my favourite one that I've ever found was just a random thing on Procreate where I said Paul Mattingly but with knives. And for the life of me, I can't remember what it was for.
I don't know.
But why not? Why not? Why should Paul not have knives?
I don't know. Jacob's usually the one with knives, so that's,
Yeah.
It's the... interesting. I love those things, you especially when you write it down and then, next few days you're like, what the hell was I thinking?
It's like sometimes it's like, should I just draw this? Is it funnier without context?
Yep. It's another thing that I like to post every once in a while is just my dreams. If I wake up from a dream, I'll just post this weird dreams that I had. And I'm like, what is my subconscious trying to tell me?
Yeah, actually, what was the one? Yeah,
oh, the one from the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that on my way to work, and I was like, I know I'm in the middle of traffic right now, but what the fuck?
Exactly. Well, and I'll kind of, because, Twitter's restricted, but it was like, the dream was, I was, I got to be quiet, I guess, but, so I was at the hospital in a sleep bed, which we would never use, I'm a lowly, med tech, not use one of those, and I won't say the person, but a person was beside me, and we were just in bed, and then one of my old employees walks in and it's just normal. I'm like, oh, okay, and complaining that, when management is dating, their employees, how that's bad and all this stuff. And I'm like, as I'm sitting there like, this is bad, I'm going to get in trouble. And lo and behold, it's like this person is dating, the manager, my manager, the person that works with me, and I'm like, and to wake up, and I'm like, so I can't even be with this person. my subconscious is like, no, you can't be with that person. No.
That's not for you.
Exactly.
In your dreams, but not in your dreams.
Exactly. So that's what cracks me up. But I find dreams are so interesting, and and I don't know if they really do tell you something about yourself or not, but anyway. So, well, cool. So, you've got quite a following now with all this art that you're putting out there, and you're actually contributing to the guys' ability to continue doing the podcast. Think about that. You're throwing art out there, and they can make a mint on shirts.
That's bonkers.
Yeah.
That's absolutely bonkers to me, because I don't know if I've ever actually said this, but I started doing art on a dare. I went the Matt Donnelly route into art, because someone said, I made a joke about doing a Penn and Teller but Vines, like it was that, which I think I've actually posted on Twitter. It was that Eric Andre one, where it's like, Eric, look at me, bitch.
Yeah.
But with Penn and Teller, and I remember standing in the supermarket just like laughing to myself, like, oh, thank God I've got a mask on. And I made the joke to my friend. They were like, yeah, tell me when you've done it, because I want to see that. I was like, oh shit, I better actually do this now.
Yeah.
And then did an animatic for PSS and thought, I should really do one for Matt's podcast, because they're good for it. And I think I'd actually heard them talk about it, like, oh yeah, we should get somebody to do this.
Right.
And I was like, I could do that. And then I was like, no, this was before I started drawing. I was like, no, you can't. But apparently I can.
You can. I mean, how long did it take to make the monkey one? I mean,
I think that was a week.
A week?
I think that was, Jeez. Yeah. Which, it's funny, it's probably the shortest it's ever taken. Probably hours-wise it's been the longest, but like actual time-wise between having the idea and doing it, it was about a week.
You're right. It was pretty, now that I say that, by the time like the next episodes rolled around, I want to say you had it done and up. So,
because I think it might have actually been you that inspired me to do it.
I think I did.
Because I think I remember sitting there going, "This is really funny. This would be a really good animatic." And I was like, "I can't do that." And then you said,
"Yeah,
you're going to do this, right?" It's like, well, now I got it.
I'm the devil, so.
But look what it's turned into.
I know.
Look what it's turned into. Tapestries, T-shirts, everything. This joke will not go away.
It's not going to die.
Much to Jacob's horror, I'm sure.
And see, if you just listen to Geek Shock, you'll get so many more of those.
I know. I should. I think I never really listened to Geek Shock because I always feel like that's betraying Paul, and I don't know why.
No. No. Paul, when he left, and I have no inside knowledge, but I can just feel the time that when he left, it was ICS, and I think they were doing not only 2 episodes a week, but they were having to do an extra bonus, every 2 weeks or something like that. And then Shades of Grey was going on, and much happening. And so he had taken a couple weeks off, and then the third week, of course, I'm being the dick on Twitter saying, "Where's Paul? Where's Paul?" And the third week, Todd says, "Well, he's gone." And so, and I understand it took a while for me to get right with it but understand, and just like me, I had to take 2 years off of doing this thing because of, life. So, I totally get it, but no, anyway, now it's its own show, and it's they actually get to talk about the geeky news. So if you like that stuff, you'll like the show. But go back if anybody's ever thinking about, well, I like the show as it is now. Well, it is good. I like it. But go back to like episode 200 around that time. And, oh boy.
Because I remember hearing the bit. I'm sure they must have played it on ICS. That's how I heard it, when Paul just went off on a rant, and he was like screaming, arguing with somebody, and I can't even remember what it was, but just being like, sitting there, what was it?
Because that was the first episode of Geek Shock that I listened to.
What an entrance!
Exactly.
Was that before or after ICS? Did you have any knowledge of who Paul was?
Yeah, no, I didn't, because I was totally ICS, and then they mentioned it on ICS that he had blown up and left. So I said, well, I've got to hear this. I've got to hear what happened. And yeah, it was awkward, very awkward. But then I tried to go back and listen to more episodes in the past, and I was like, who is this guy? And anyway. If you go further back, he's not there. He was only there a very short time. So, but and you could just tell when he was there, Paul just could not stand his opinions, and I won't say he couldn't stand him; he just couldn't stand his opinions. So, yeah. But anyway, that's where Ludmilla came from. If you've heard anything I know they referenced that on ICS before. So that episode. That is the closest I've come to passing out from laughter from Paul Mattingly, is that episode when he's describing what Andy does with his sister. So. Yeah,
okay, I think I need to go back and watch it now. As long as I know I'm not betraying Paul, that's fine.
No. And he actually was recently on there a few months back, I think. He before he left. He did.
Oh, was it not a anniversary reunion thing?
I think they did that too, but it was because it was right before the true anniversary. He was moving in a couple weeks, so he stopped by and did an episode, and it was good. But it's funny because it's so different. When Paul's on there, you don't get to the news because Paul's going to do unlike ICS now, where they rein him in a bit. No, he gets to go.
No, he needs Matt Donnelly to his moral compass.
Nah. Not on this show. So, anyway, oh, cool. So, have you made your way through all the back catalog yet?
I keep stopping and starting.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm up to episode 200 in the backlog, but at the same time, I went through a phase where I was like, oh, there's so many episodes, I'll just hit a random number generator and do that. And then, I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. It really wasn't.
Yeah.
So I've heard a couple of random episodes in between, but yeah, I'll get through them one day.
You will.
I was hoping to get through them by Vegas, but considering I leave on Friday, that's not happening.
Right. So you're going to be there a week, or more than a week. How long are you able to take up? 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah. Everybody in my work is horrified.
Because they've got to do your job?
Yeah, pretty much. No one wants to do my job at all. It's great for job security, but horrible for taking holidays. But somebody actually asked, not me, well, I think I stuck it on Twitter, if I was going to Vegas to get married.
Yes.
And I'm like, no, I'm really not.
Don't count it out. There's plenty of little chapels there. You would have the biggest crowd at your wedding.
Oh God, can you imagine?
Right.
I mean, like it would be a good excuse not to come back.
Right. But you know, in the age of remote work, I don't see why they couldn't just let it happen. You know.
Oh God.
It's funny. But like I said, the last time someone made that joke, it became a thing.
Did somebody actually get married though?
I think Matt said it best once. He said, we're really good at proposals. We're really bad at marriages.
Yeah, this is coming from the man with the 7-minute proposal story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's funny. I want to go back and listen to that because it gets brought up so much and made fun of. Mm-hmm. I remember listening to it and not, it was just a thing. It didn't,
Well, that's the thing, because it's been mentioned so many times, and I've kind of made jokes about it. Like, I did try to make it an animatic, because that was what I was going to post on Christmas Eve before the Christmas thing came up, and I just could not make it work because it's not a funny story. What's funny about it is the fact that it's 7 minutes long, and the boys are sitting in the back going, are you going to shut up now? But, like, it's a really sweet story.
Yeah.
And I can't do Sarah dirty like that. No. Right. She deserves better.
Right.
Than being in a shite animatic.
That's good. Have you seen, by chance, I just caught a random Apple Sisters. I just was looking them up, I was like, oh, do they have anything online so I could watch anyway? Well, they had this Christmas special up there. I'm not going to ruin it for you. Find it and check it out because it's got a really interesting surprise at the end. So, yeah. If you can find it, the Apple Sisters Christmas special. It's good and... yeah, it's got a nice ending, so...
Yeah, I'll add that to the list.
Yeah, exactly.
So that Geek Shock ICS backlog.
You can bump one of those up a little bit, I think.
Which one?
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Another thing I like. So, are there any other podcasts that you're into? Maybe something that you listen to that we can share with the Scoops?
Yeah, something I don't get heard talked about a lot. Nobody listens to Paula Poundstone. I listen to that, and it's because the first episode, like when I started getting into Penn's podcast, the very first episode that dropped when I was listening to it was him on that podcast. And it was just so fucking funny. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's a bit like it's like a reined in ICS almost. Like, it's that kind of just what the fuck is going on? Kind of people just not stopping talking. It's hard to describe, but it's really good. I do like that one.
Paula Poundstone. I liked her when I was a kid. I enjoyed her comedy as a kid, and then more recently I listened to her on when I was listening to NPR more than podcasts. Mm-hmm. She would be on Wait, Don't Tell Me, I think. Or, yeah. And I liked her on there too. She was funny. Mm-hmm. So I could see me enjoying that.
It's a good one. And the funny thing is, being from the UK and stuff, I'd literally never heard of her until that podcast. And then a lot of people, like I was talking to, so Myra, a Whoscoops Scoop, she's from Aberdeen, or she's in Aberdeen, and we were talking about it, and she's like, oh yeah, Paula Poundstone, I knew her. I knew about her when I was younger, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
She was a thing? Her sounds bad. I mean, but yeah, we just get different things.
Yeah, that's true. You know, and I'm one of those. My parents, and I'm not like this with my kids, and mm-hmm. I turned out okay. I should not care, but you know, my parents, we had HBO by some nefarious means, but we watched comedy all the time. I mean, and mm-hmm. they said horrible things, you know, and but I guess maybe I was too little because I don't remember anything, you know. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, I don't remember it scarring me or making me, you know. I don't know, but
you don't remember when you're that young.
Yeah,
that's a bit, or you don't. It's not even so much that you don't remember; you don't comprehend. Mm-hmm. Like I was thinking the other day, when I was younger, I remember a song coming out by a guy called Shaggy called It Wasn't Me, and all the lyrics are basically how his girlfriend caught him like mm-hmm. shagging another girl in the bathroom, you know. And looking back, I was like, I used to sing this in the car in front of my mother. You know, I'm like, it just never clicked until I was older. I was like, oh shit.
I've tried to show the boys movies that I grew up with, and then mm-hmm. I for a while I just would put it on. Hey, let's watch this. And of course, it's all streaming, so either my parents knew when the scenes were coming up to cover my eyes, or mm-hmm. we watched it on TBS. You know, so there mm-hmm. was nothing bad. But there's some movies that I just was like, oh, okay, we got to turn that off now. I didn't remember that. So now I have to look on IMDb and mm-hmm. check to see what's going to happen.
It's like, let's watch this film, but let me watch it on my own first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just watched Demolition Man the other day. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you ever saw that from the 90s.
I feel like I've seen it years ago, but I can't really remember it.
Stallone and Wesley Snipes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So 3 seashells, that's the thing. And I told him, I said, I hope you, 30 years from now, like me, will think about the 3 seashells. Just randomly. You'll just, mm-hmm. how did that work? So, well, what did you grow up with, since it's different than what, we had?
Yeah, we grew up with a lot of things. Red Dwarf was a big thing. That I kind of got into that when I was in high school.
Yeah, my cousin loved it, and I never had access to it. He lived in Georgia, mm-hmm. and so I watched maybe 2 minutes of a clip and went, I have no idea what's going on. I can't. So tell me about Red Dwarf.
Oh, I fucking love it. So I remember, I have really fond memories of Red Dwarf because I kind of got into it when I was doing my exams in high school. Mm-hmm. And it was literally the only thing that got me through was watching that stuff on repeat. And it's basically just 2 guys on a mining ship, or they were on a mining ship, and then a radiation leak killed all of the crew, bar this one guy who was in status. So he comes out and it's like 3 million years into the future because they've had to wait until the radiation's gone. And it's just him, and he's a total slob, but they've brought back one of the guys, the guy he had spent the most time talking with, who happened to be his manager, who's this uptight arsehole, but it's just the best character ever. And it's like, why'd you bring him back? It's like, yeah, because you spoke to him the most. He's like, yeah, but half of the time it was me telling him to fuck off, and the other time it was him putting me on report for telling him to fuck off. You know, it's just all of that, and there's like no aliens either. It's all like humans have spread out by this point, so it's all stuff that humans have made. It kind of looks alien. It's just stupid, and it's good.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe it's kind of like Krull. I don't know if you ever saw that movie. It's horrible. It's a horrible movie, but I love it. So.
Yeah. So we had that. We had Father Ted, which is an Irish thing. Same guy that does the IT Crowd.
Okay.
That was a good one. It's just a couple of priests on an Irish island. That's, just ridiculous. It's just stupid.
I've heard of it. I've not watched it. My British shows are. I'm pretty lacking on that. Monty Python, and what's the other? The Who's Line, the British version of Who's Line.
Which is funny because I could never actually get into the British version of Who's Line. It was always the American one.
No,
yeah,
I like the British one.
I think it was just Clive Anderson. I was just like, I don't know. I was like, you're not Drew Carey. But I suppose because my introduction to Who's Line was clips on YouTube, so I saw the American stuff before I saw the British stuff, and I was like, the American set's nicer. It's brighter than ours.
It is, and you know what I find interesting about the British television is it looks like it's being filmed on a soundstage, where the American stuff, and I think it's just with the frame rate, it looks like it's a film, and that's what I can't stand about the British shows, especially the Doctor Who and Torchwood and things. I've tried, and I'm like, it looks fake.
Yeah, the newer you get, the better it looks. But some of them, but again, some of them, that's just the charm. Like there's one, Bottom, which is Ade Edmonds and Rick Mail, and it's just, and these two guys are living in this disgusting flat, and it's proper filthy. But so the set kind of, the fact that it looks like that kind of lends itself to it, But yeah, sometimes I do just look at stuff and go, cringe.
Yeah.
Cringe.
Yeah. You got to do with what you got, I guess. But
yeah.
I don't know. So okay. I don't know what you want to share with the scoops here. I don't know. You come up with something.
I'm so bad at this.
No, you're good.
I don't know. Hi, Scoops. Thank you for accepting me and my stupid fucking artwork. I'm open to suggestions and bribes, so...
That's good. Yeah, you know what? You should post that Google Drive every once in a while, just so people do remember to put it in there, because I forgot. Yeah. I think it doesn't really help, because I don't use Facebook, so... I'm really just on Twitter. I have Facebook, but my stuff gets posted for me on Facebook on the official Mathematically page. I'm just like, yes, take that away from me. Trust me, I'm really close. If it wasn't for Scoop Group, it would be gone. Yeah. And really, Scoops, please get rid of Facebook. Go to Discord. Go to Twitter. I can't stand Facebook.
Yeah. I only go to check it when I get a notification that I've been tagged in something.
Me too.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll upload that. If you want to see anything, I don't care how stupid it is or how embarrassing it is, I probably will draw it. As we have seen with the butthole T-shirt, which my butthole T-shirt arrived today.
Oh, that's funny.
Hang on.
Yeah.
So yeah, so me and Justin are going to match.
Look at that.
It doesn't look as good on the dark T-shirt as I thought it would, but...
No, that's good.
I think that kind of lends itself to it.
Yeah, it cracked me up. Him. Put the one with the Raiders on the website now.
I love Justin for that. And the fact that I was listening to the latest episode, and it was when Jacob was like, "Oh yeah, Brogan only sent me one." I was like, "Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh really, Mr. Smith?" And I've literally sent him all the other designs, and it literally just says "challenge accepted."
Yeah.
And I will draw it.
The one publicly, where it was like the one that nobody would ever possibly put that on TeePublic, or I'm trying to remember.
Was it the updated Sodomy Hussein one?
That's it. That was it.
Yeah, I sent that one to Jacob.
Okay. Because I was like, that's not getting on a shirt, but I love it.
We can try. Oh, too funny. Too funny. But that one was literally, because I actually was a bit genuinely like peed off because I'd said to Jacob, I was like, if you want the rest of them, just let me know, because I never like to be presumptuous. I don't really send him stuff. There is a Dropbox, and I sometimes stick stuff in it, but I don't know if he just doesn't check it or if he thinks I'm supposed to email him. I don't know, but I never like to be like, here's my stuff, you must put it on a t-shirt. But it's the more they got into the episode, the more that Paul was like, yeah, I really love that one. I was like, I can make that better. I will make it better and more unwearable.
Yeah, I like that challenge. That was great. So what are you looking forward to? So you're coming over for a week, or two. I'm sorry, keep saying
2
week. 2 weeks. You're coming over for 2 weeks. So, what are some of that? You're not just going to hang around in the hotel, I hope not anyway. So what's the plan?
No. So I'm hoping that if I get there early enough, so I've got tickets for Penn and Teller on the Saturday, and I've got the hockey tickets on the Sunday. And if the Golden Knights are losing, I'll just, because I'm staying at the Rio anyway, I'll just go and see Penn and Teller again. And if I land early enough, I'll go and see Penn and Teller. Because very rude of them. They're filming Full Us while I'm there for the whole time, just about. I'm like, excuse me, I was going to come and see your show about at least once a day, but whatever. So I've got that. Tickets for Mac, tickets for Piff. But apart from that in Scoop Fest, it's mostly just, I think I'll just see what the Scoops are doing. Because it'll be nice to I think I'll just tag along.
Sure.
Find out what's happening. Somebody mentioned go-karts. I was like, I'll go go-karting. Yeah, sure, right, whatever. I'll probably do anything. It's like the worst thing you can do to me, and I think this will probably be coming out after Scoop Fest, so that's good.
It will.
You can probably get me to do just about anything by daring me to do it. Or telling me I won't do that. I was like, I'll fucking show you. That's the Scottish in me.
Aha.
Fucking right then.
And a little bit of the drink,
Well, I don't drink.
I
don't drink. Mm-hmm. That's the annoying thing. So, again, after Scoop Fest, so it won't matter. I've got my bag's full of stuff.
I have control on when I can put this and I am the devil, so yeah.
Yeah, okay, if you want to ruin the surprise.
True,
Yeah, so I've got stuff for the guys. And Jacob, I mean, how could I come from Scotland and not bring Jacob whiskey?
Right.
So I've got a couple of bottles of whiskey in my bag, and I'm just expecting TSA to open up and be like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. So there's like whiskey, there's a big bottle of Iron Brew, because RJ found out I was coming from Scotland. He went, you're bringing Iron Brew, right? I'm like, I can bring the Iron Brew, that's fine. But yeah, it's
very cool. You see that that's the amazing thing is and I always talk about this. So sorry, Scoops, if you get to hear my spiel again, but this community is just amazing. The way
it's the best.
Connected everybody together, and I really truly feel that I've got friends online, and I hate even using the word online. I think, in fact, I've told myself, stop saying that, just say you're friends, because you guys are. I mean, it's we've been able to get to know each other. We make each other laugh, and you're there to support each other when you're down, and we've all gone through a lot, and
absolutely. And the thing, I've only been in a sort of community thing like this once before, and that was way back in the day with our show Once Upon a Time, back when it was good. And I really felt it when I kind of left that, because we were quite a close-knit group. But coming into the Scoops, it's totally, like, it's hard to believe that it exists. Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem like it should, but it does, and it works, and it's great. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know where I'd be without the Scoops right now. And that sounds so bad, that sounds so depressing. I don't mean that in like a depressing way, but I mean, like, yeah, I'd have gotten through lockdown, it'd been okay.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd have been in nearly a good place as I am right now, just without the Scoops, without drawing and being in this community and stuff.
Yeah. And, you know, I posted on Twitter the other day, and I mean it, you know, without Gilbert, I wouldn't know you guys. Mm-hmm. You know, Gilbert to Penn to Matt to Paul, and those guys to everybody else. I mean, without Gilbert, I don't, you know, exist in this community. And I said it the other day, is I'm not whole. You know, this you know, this has really brought a lot to me. So, and I'm going to shut up before I cry.
Don't do a pen.
Right. Well, and that was me yesterday. I was listening to that, and I teared up when he told the story about Gilbert singing Car 54, and it's probably one of the last things he ever did. And he did that so much on his podcast. Mm-hmm. So I'm tearing up and, you know, trying to not cry but laugh, and then Penn later he broke down, and then I just lost it. And
it was worse because I watched the live streams, so I was watching it in real time, and I had to because I'd completely forgotten it was Sunday because it was Easter and stuff, and I had my iPad sitting there working on my computer, and I just heard Penn's voice broken. I was like, oh no, not again. Yeah. It's just because that's like so many we've lost.
And I said that the other day to my friend of mine. I said, well, I'm losing my comedy heroes in a year. Mm-hmm. You know, and you know, between Gilbert and Bob and
Louis.
Say again.
Louis Anderson.
Louis Anderson. And you know, and just this whole generation. Oh, and Norm Macdonald.
Oh yeah.
That one hurt. Because I've always enjoyed the comedy that's a little different. You know, that's a little and man, Gilbert and Norm both walked that same, you know, path where they're doing their own thing. And I just, I don't know. Maybe it's the same thing with me in music. I got stuck in a generation and I don't want to keep going. But there's no real new comedians that I know of and follow, and, you know, things like that. I don't know about you.
Yeah, very rarely something will come up, you know, but again, you end up just going back to the classics because, you know, nothing quite compares. You know, it just doesn't match up. Like for us, the big one, but the big one, we've got Billy Connolly. You know, who's obviously he's so good, and obviously he's had to stop doing it because of his illness and stuff. But like looking back, it's never not funny. But you know, him and Peter Kay. I used to watch Peter Kay a lot with my dad.
I don't know Peter Kay.
Peter Kay's good. But you just don't find it. It's just not the same. You know, it's still funny, but it's not as consistently funny.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping someday we can, you know, and not to get on any type of political thing. It's not, but I just want comedy to be treated like comedy again, and allow them to say the ridiculous and outrageous again, and not get upset when they say something a little off color, because they're supposed to. They're supposed to push the boundaries.
Yeah, It's like Gilbert's 9/11 joke. So, or what was, I was listening to one in the background, somebody else made a 9/11 joke, but it wasn't, it was it was a conspiracy theory thing. It was somebody talking about a sketch that they'd done. They were a guest on ICS, and they'd written this sketch where it was like the president had been brought in. I don't know if that's my headphones or not. And they were like telling all the secrets. You know, the big meeting that they have when the president gets to come in. It's like, right, okay, 9/11 wasn't an inside job. It was Alf. There was just other things like that. And I just remember I was driving down the motor. I was absolutely howling. Yeah. I was like, that's a good joke. And she was like, yeah, we photoshopped Alf into the picture. And the last phone call was, honey, Alf's on the plane.
You know, we've gotta laugh at tragedy, or it's too hard. Mm-hmm. You know, that's me. Is you know, I like to, not related, I guess, but when my grandmother passed away, you know, she was 85, mm-hmm. I think, and got ill for like 2 decades, but sick for, mm-hmm. 2 years. So it was a blessing. But when I came back from the funeral, everybody was, well, how did it go? You doing okay? I'm like, no, I had a great time. Me and my cousin got to see each other for the first time in 15 years, and we had a ball. And so that some people just have to deal with it a little differently, I guess.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because quite similar. When my grandma passed away just before COVID, so we literally had her funeral, and then the next week we were on lockdown. That's how close it was. Wow. But when she passed away, my mum and my auntie were there. She was so ill, like her mind was still there, but her body had completely given up. So she was like lying on the bed. And my mum, bearing in mind that my auntie, my mum's oldest sister, and my grandma's daughter had passed away like 6 months before. So she'd really pulled out everything she had for that, to get through that, and then just her body gave up. So my mum and my auntie were with my grandma, and they're like, Mum, is there anything I can do for you? And my grandma's just lying there, eyes shut, just, please don't sing. Because they'd been singing to my auntie in the hospital. Rude Ethel. And sitting there telling them, oh yes, and there's coupons in my purse that you need to use because they're about to expire. And it's like, women, you're dying.
That's not what matters. No, that's
someone's got to get that free money.
Yep. I remember when my grandmother did very something similar. She was trying to take care of my aunt, right up to the end, and my aunt's like, let's sit down. I'm fine. Mm-hmm. You 70-pound woman, Mm-mm. So, well, since this will be coming out after Scoop Fest, and I can trust you, I'll be there.
Do you want me to bring anything?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I've got room. Oh, do you know what? That's really good though, because I can tell you my other project I'm working on. So as you know, I've got stuff that I'm giving out at Scoop Fest. Did you know that? Did I say that to you? So I've got stuff that I'm giving out. I've made art. I'm just breaking everything. I've made art cards that I'm going to give out, and it's like one design for each day of Scoop Fest. So I don't actually know what will be the, for lack of a better word, code word. I think Alex's suggestion was get people to tell you to fuck off. I was like, yeah, sure, there you go.
That's your ticket.
That's your ticket, basically. So I've got that, and I've got stickers that I'm trying to make, which are coming out okay, but...
Yeah, a little bit. There we go. That's cool.
So I've got that, and I've got Pegasus.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So if my cricket will actually cut them out properly, I'll have them there. for Scoop Fest?
I've got one right here, and I hate it because I'm not patient. But you know what? I've not tried it now that I've played with Procreate a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
And make sure you calibrate it, because that's what I didn't do.
Uh-huh.
I think I wasted about 10 sticker sheets just putting it through and shouting at it, going, "Why are you not working?" God, right, damn it.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, like, why did it cut that? You know, why? I didn't tell it to do that. Maybe that was my problem. So, yeah, I want to surprise a few people. So, you and Smitty Scoop, who I interviewed a couple weeks ago, he really, if you listen to that episode next week, he really was twisting my arm to come, and so finally I found I got my wife to agree to let me go, because she would hate it, absolutely hate it, and I'm like. And we'd have to find someone to watch the kids, and the mother-in-law's not doing well, so. But she's not doing bad now, but it's just, there for a little bit we thought, oh no. But,
you could have brought them, have them join the cult. The not a cult,
the
sorry.
Boys?
Not the cult.
No. One would take over. Oh, that's something I've been playing with. You were hearing it. It was, the music. I wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just haven't. Since the last one, I haven't played with it. But what my initial idea was, Fortuna from the Carmen. I don't know that, and then lead into ICS, but like have a like a cult robe. That was my thought. And
that would be so funny.
Totally not a cult,
That would be so funny, especially if you started putting these on YouTube. just the opening tune.
Yeah. And then candles and yeah. See, that was my initial thought. This creepy ICS music, but I couldn't get it to figure it. Now I've started to figure it out, and it went a whole other direction. And I need to try it again. But anyway, so. Well, cool. It'll be cool to actually see you in person. So
yeah, it'd be nice to meet everybody. Get the whole creative mafia together.
That's right. Yeah, because Wayne doesn't know, and
right enough.
So yeah, just you two. So sorry, Wayne, didn't let you know.
See, that's what I get. That's what I get for being on at the time I did.
That's right. You're well, yeah, you're last. I think. I don't think I'll record another one before I get there. So.
I'm in the know.
So, all right. I like to add one more chance. Is there anything else you want to share with the Scoops?
Given what podcast I'm on, I'm going to say this. I am a Matt Donnelly fan. Matt Donnelly deserves everything.
I'm putting in a record scratch, and that's the end. And why do I keep interviewing Matt Donnelly fans? What is going on?
Oh, this is a Matt Donnelly. We love and support Matt Donnelly in this house.
That needs to be on a shirt.
See, now that you've said that, I'll have to make that.
No, it came out of my mouth, and I said she's going to do it.
Well, what was the other one that I did that I'm really disappointed that never became a shirt was My Noodler's Apprentice. I'm still mad that never became a shirt.
Which one was it?
Oh, it was a wee while ago. I'd done one that would say, "I asked to be the My Noodler's Apprentice."
Oh yeah,
all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Yeah.
Or My Noodler's Apprentice rejected.
That's great. Matt's got his own store.
Yeah.
Make him do it.
I'll have to get him at Scoop Fest. I think it was because somebody on Twitter was like, "Oh, are we not insulting that poor person?" And it's like, no, they were an arsehole.
No, I do. Who cares? I mean, that.
Well, exactly.
Make
they
the
were
joke.
The scoop. Yeah. Exactly.
And even if you are, oh well, make a joke. Take it.
Yeah. I'm actually, because Wayne and I are going to be in the Churn next week. And I'm actually going to say when I'm there, it's like I've got a very important question to ask. Can I be your apprentice, Jacob?
Right. Dude. No. You could have gone through the garage. Yeah.
No, wanted his 5 minutes of fame. That's.
He's asked, can you just let me do one? And I'm like, nah, man. Maybe. We'll see. But, okay, sorry. But, yeah, that would be funny. Who's going in with you? Is someone going to be there, or is it just you?
Oh, it's me and Wayne.
Wayne, so both of you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Got us both at the same time.
The visual mafia. Now, when you're there, see, I almost literally today. I had it typed out. I had a GIF put on there, and then I said, nope, I'm not going to be the Twitter dick right now, and I had to get back to work. But you guys, you said, Wayne, I guess one of y'all said, I'm afraid to ask to how to get in the monkey room. And I was like, all right, Matt Donnelly, all right, Penn Jillette, and but I said,
do it. No, do it.
All right.
Because my only other idea is to turn up with a tub of pre-stirred peanut butter. Penn.
Don't give that to Piff. He won't eat the fan cakes. So.
No. But Jade might.
I'll find it in a little bit because that'll take me a minute. But all right.
But yeah, I won't officially condone you doing that, but do it. I want to go to the monkey room. I want to meet Taylor.
Trust me, because I started looking at what else to do. I'm only there Friday through Monday, and I'm there early Friday morning, and then I leave really early Monday morning. So, but Penn and Teller are dark, Matt King's dark, which made me think, maybe they're going to be somewhere else. You never know.
Yeah.
So I'll have to go back at some point and do all the things I want to do, but there's just too much going on at work right now. I couldn't consciously take a full week off and do that.
Yeah, I think if I'd booked Scoop Fest any later, I probably wouldn't have, because it's such bad timing. But yeah, we'll just have to say to Matt later on, guys, please don't do it at financial year end.
Well, maybe they can come to you next time. How about that? So,
I would love that, but Matt's not coming because the other
that's right.
mind mangler. I was so annoyed.
That he's just full of excuses, it's just...
Yeah. It's like, excuse me, Matt. I was going through all the places I was going to take Matt. I was going to try and get him because my work have a barbecue. I was going to try and get him booked for that. It's like, no. Excuses, Donnelly. Excuses.
And you see why this is a Paul Mattingly podcast.
No. I owe Matt a lot. I really do. I owe Matt more than most people know. So
that's great.
Yeah, I will always be a Matt Donnelly fan.
I'll never admit it, but
the only person I would save ahead of Matt Donnelly is Taylor. Everyone else I would do, yeah.
Yeah, it would be great to meet Taylor. So, Brogan, it's been wonderful getting to talk to you today and
yes.
Getting to you to share your voice with the Scoops, and thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Have fun at Scoop Fest.
I will do.
All right.